Hello everybody. Today we are going to have a look at the brand new Penn Spinfisher. These are the Series 7 models. So the SSVI obviously been really popular for the last, I'd say probably 3 years. I had one myself, never washed it, never cleaned it, never broke. Absolute brilliant bit of kit. And back end of last year, Penn released the new Series 7s. So the SSVII, if you want to read the numerics on them. So what's the difference? Well, when you look at them first out the box, it's really quite difficult to see. So let's get one open and let you have a quick nosy. So like most modern reels, you don't get a spare spool with the reel, but to be fair, most spinning reels these days, you're going to put on one size of braid and use it for the vast majority of your fishing. So here it is. We've got the wind-up handle, the power handles now, which we're seeing on, to be fair, most premium reels now. Rather than having the little tie at the other side, most reels now, you wind them up. This sort of gives you extra strength with cranking power, and obviously stops failures. So I think it's a no-brainer. Who wants a reel out? You've got a 6-pound bass on, and your handle goes wobbly. So having a look at the reel. It actually looks so similar. I personally think the gold is a slightly darker tint of gold, but I could be wrong. Give it a wind. They do feel very slightly smoother than the previous model. Like all pens, when you get them out of the box, they are quite heavy to wind for the first few turns. This is designed in so over time they get a bit smoother and a bit cleaner almost. This is just designed for the longevity of the reel, and you know, I really like it. It just feels like a tank, as pretty much all Penn reels do. So what do you get different? So I'm going to say the most surprising and interesting thing they've put on this reel is something I haven't seen on a modern reel for quite some time. Is it's got a automatic bail arm. So for, I don't know, the past 6 or 7 years, most manufacturers, they've been bringing reels out with manual bail arms. So a big failing point on some reels is the small spring in here that makes that click over and stay in place can fail when with an automatic, when you try and wind it from the handle, and that spring fails, and then this is just wobbly, and obviously you can't really fish with it and got to fix it. And it's only just a small spring. Penn have redesigned this part of the reel, which has given them enough confidence to fit this with a an automatic bail arm. So when you fish in, it just pops round. So the previous model, you'd get to there, you'd try and turn the handle, and it'd just stick. So that was protecting that part of the reel. So they've improved that specific part of the reel, which, to be fair, I've got into a habit of manually folding it over after a cast, but there's a lot of anglers out there that they want it to be automatic. You know, I've cast out, I've got a good reel, just turn the handle straight, then you're straight into play to working that lure to catch the fish. So that is probably the most notable upgrade on the reel. What else is new? What else is the same? So HT100 drag's still the same, so that really strong cranking drag's still the same. It's got the rubber around there, so you can put braid straight to the spool. A sticker on there. I'll show you that underneath there. So that's there. So you don't need a mono underlay. So if you wanted a large amount of braid, you can do that. Generally, most people will fill it out and use a 150 metre spool of braid to just save a bit of cost online, because it's 450, 500 metres of 20-pound braid will cost you quite a bit of money. So where else do we go? So it's really internally is where it changes after that. They have sharpened up the reel. So inside they have just changed the configuration slightly. So inside here is when you take this side off, I just got to pause myself a bit. You can see how good this reel is inside. We'll go through a few points of this in a second. So the big upgrade internally is this main gear. So they've changed that into a full brass gearing. So it's got basically more cranking power and more longevity. I think from the previous model, they had occasions where the teeth on this, if you could just see, I don't want to take the reel apart too much, slowly started to fail over time on some of the really hard work reels with people going out 3 or 4 times a week. And obviously this reel is designed to be used and abused almost. So that's been improved. So longevity of this part, this gear here, is better than the previous model. And they've just sharpened everything up, so the reel is a little bit smoother to the touch. And when you're connecting with the fish, you would feel a difference if you're moving on from the Series 6 to the Series 7. While I've got this reel open, because it's not something everyone will take apart, this reel comes with a IPX5 waterproof rating. So in easy talk, it's as waterproof as a modern mobile phone. So if you drop your mobile phone in the lake, it goes down a meter and you get it out, no problems at all. Obviously it works fine. These reels are designed with the actual same waterproof rating, and you can sort of see part of the casing here where you can see how they make this happen. So the idea of obviously keeping it waterproof isn't just keeping the water out, it's actually keeping all the grit and the salt and the horrible things that destroy the internals of a reel. So just with this open, you can actually see, just the quality of engineering. And we're not talking a reel here that's £400 or £500. This reel is going to sell for like £140. It's just phenomenal engineering, and stopping that salt getting in, stopping that grit, that's the stuff that clogs up your gearing. That's the thing that destroys the teeth on the grid and ultimately makes you have to spend another £100, £200 on a new fishing reel. So they're really the main upgrades on this reel. The previous model was so successful and so good. Did they need to reinvent the wheel? Absolutely not. So you're getting a new model with a few nice little added features. They've just improved it, and quite nicely, which you don't see too often. They've improved a very good reel, and they also haven't shafted everyone on the price. So realistically on this side of the 4500 model, I think it's gone up about £15. That's sort of selling price rather than that SSP. So you're not having to spend an absolute fortune. You sometimes see a new rod gets redeveloped and it goes from £100 to £170. And you don't see too much. You get some nicer rings on it, but that's about it. With these, they've done a really good job of making sure they've improved what they needed to do, but don't come away from why the previous models have been so popular. They cast great, they're an absolute bomb proof, and you can just rely on them time in, time out for your bass fishing all through the summer and even in the winter if you're lucky enough to have bass around you in the winter. If you're interested in, got any questions, drop some comments in the box below. You can obviously contact us. We're available. Jerry's Fishing. We've got a massive store. Pop on the website. Talk to us on the chat. Interestingly, if you're interested in buying one of these and having a look, visit www.jerrysfishing.com. Just search Spinfisher. You'll see the full range from a 2500 standard right their way up through the spinning series to a 10,500. There's 3 long cast versions, and there are 3 live liner, basically bait runner versions available as well. And if you use the code TUBE5, you'll get a little bit of discount off your sale for coming from this video. Any questions, drop them in. Thank you.